Okay, so I've been a little bit of a what would you call it? A mole? A mole, I guess, digging around in the ground. Yeah, I've been underground a lot, and I promised myself I wasn't going to do any more underground stuff for a long time after I completed the water treatment facility. But it's like they say. I just hear the sewers calling my name, and I have to return. But that's not the only thing I worked on was the sewers. So if you've been watching the past couple episodes, you know I've been working on this area near the entrance of the Big Valley National Park out here in my survival world. So it's coming along really nicely. This part's not done, but all of this stuff is really it's looking good. And so we've got this main kind of lake up here, and this is spring fed. So this is a spring that is causing this to kind of all start out of this pond. There's nothing leading into it, and kind of what I wanted to do with it is have multiple water sources coming out of it. So we've got obviously the water source going down there into the pond, and I've got something that that I've been doing with that, but we'll go on to that in a second. But I also added another outflow area, and so we're going to have maybe one more on off to that other side. I really want this to be like a big source of water for this city. Like this is where all of the like cleanest water comes from is right here. Um, so just to preface that, but I went ahead and made this other little outflow out here. So this is a little bit less steep of a waterfall coming down, but just the same concept, just coming down through the rocks. We've got a nice little wooden bridge over it. Nothing too spectacular. This isn't in the city, so they're not going to have super nice bridges. These are just more functional. So it comes down here and then crosses over where the main kind of little road through here is. I really need to name this road. I'll figure out something for that. But comes through here. We've got another little path across, and then, like all rivers and sources of water, they flow downstream. So they flow downhill, I guess, is a better term. And so you can't have any water that's really flowing uphill. So this is the highest point of this water source up here on the lake. So it has to go down through here, and then it has to empty out at some place. And so it just so happened to have emptied out into this cave right here, which, in real life, I don't know how possible this would be. I guess maybe you could have said that at one point in time there was like another pond or lake here, and it slowly withered away at this part of the mountain. Whittled away, not withered. I've been playing too much Minecraft. It withered away. I guess that could happen lore-wise. We stuck a wither in here and it blew up the pond, and now we've got this big stream coming through here. But yeah, we'll go with that. There's the lore for that, accidental lore. So I went ahead and built this nice little mountain cave through here. This was all custom made. There was no cave in this, so I dug this all out, and it took forever. So you can see it's not as like flashy with all the stuff as the cave going underneath of the I guess the what would you call that? The keep, the castle keep up there, Leavenhorn Keep. But this one, it's not as well traveled, and it's older, so it's caused by a water erosion as opposed to just a natural cave that had formed over there. So there you would have stalagmites, stalactites, and that kind of stuff. This, you just have more naturally weathered stone, and it stays more stone. You're not going to see as much other stuff. So there's your touch of realism for the day, where I have left out realism in other areas. But we can come all the way down here, so it's nothing too special. But I don't know. I think it's a nice little design. It just kind of wraps around here and comes out this way. Obviously, this is not done at all. This looks ridiculous out here. But this stream will eventually empty into the ocean. So we're going to do another cave right through here, and it's going to go all the way out to the ocean. So I think that's going to be a really fun project at some point. But you can walk on either side of this. And it comes all the way back up through here. So this is just another way to get in and out of the city, which I think is pretty cool. So on to the next part of the water source. So this is just a water themed episode. So we've got this pond over here. So like I said, all water has to have an inflow and outflow. So that water up there had an inflow from the spring. So it comes down into this pond. This pond, because it has such a heavy inflow coming into it, it's going to have a pretty heavy outflow as well. And you can see there's no streams going across this. Well, I have devised a plan, and this plan has caused me to dig a lot. So it empties out down through here, through this hole in the bottom, and straight into the sewer system. And by the way, all of this is a new tunnel, and a very long tunnel at that. I think this is the longest single straight stretch before there is, without any curves in it, that I have. So this was a lot of work. So you've got literally the freshest source of water there is going directly into the sewer or out of the city. So they need to get the water treatment facility up here to start collecting some of that. But in due time, you'll see where the other water is routed. But yeah, we've got this big, huge section of the tunnel, or section of the sewers. And so if you remember where this goes, so this is something I dug out a little while back, but I didn't dig it all out. I didn't dig all the way down there, and I didn't obviously put in all of the stone and the decorations. So this was a pretty big project in this episode. So that's actually under the cathedral right here and the red flag base. So at this area. So if you remember that. And then, of course, if you go straight on through there, that leads to the majority of the city. So this is like the far end of the sewers is in this area. So we're really on the outskirts digging through here. But I think it's a really nice addition. Now, eventually, I'm going to put another branch at the end of this going left, and it's going to go under the castle keep and hook directly into the water treatment facility. I think that's kind of the plan for it, but that's going to be a huge project to get that. But for now, I wanted to connect up that pond to the water up there, and this is going to be another huge source of water coming through here. But also, at the end of here, I put another entrance up top. So if you can guess where this is, probably not, but this is at the bottom of Rick's pit. So his mining area, Rick's mining situation, whatever it is. And so this is in like the little minecart house. And so of course you get on the minecart and you can take it all the way down to the bottom of Rick's pit, or you can enter into the sewers, which probably a lot of you haven't seen the bottom of Rick's pit. I don't have a minecart with me, so we're just going to have to... Oh, yeah, I need to fill this in. I forgot I was working on stuff. But there's the mine shaft, or the lowering mechanism for the mine shaft. But we'll just go all the way to the bottom of Rick's pit here and just show you guys some more underground, because that's what I've been up to, the other underground. But I'll show you where another little project is going to be here for Rick's pit. This thing just meanders around so much. Sorry if you get dizzy. What? Oh yeah, I forgot. I didn't when I was working on the slime farm, I disconnected it. So I need to reconnect Rick's pit back up here. But this is it down here. And I forget which way, because it all got messed up when I did the slime farm and then the water treatment facility. But yeah, down through here. So if you continue all the way through Rick's pit, there's the slime farm over in there. But all the way down at the other end is the water treatment facility, the bottom of it. So I'm going to eventually link up this mine shaft style system over to the water treatment facility as well. Sorry if this is confusing at all these different directions and things in this episode, but I just want you to know that everything in this city, above ground and underground, is connected in some situation, and will have lore for all of it. I don't just put things in the world that don't make sense. There will be lore for all of that, including the stuff that I did today. It will all be included in some sort of storyline for the city. Also, let me know if you guys want me to do just a story episode where I talk about actually what goes on in the city, because I've done those videos before, and they got kind of mixed reviews. Some people really enjoyed it, some people didn't enjoy it as much. So I understand it's not everyone's cup of tea, I guess, or cup of coffee. But let me know if you want me to do something like that, a video just on the story and the lore of this world, because let me tell you, there is actually quite a bit of it. But yeah, so next episode, I'm going to do some more, some actual building in the city, instead of just working on landscaping and sewers and underground items. But I'm going to be back here in the main part of the city and working on a building. So I'm excited to start building again instead of just landscaping, which is my favorite thing to do is landscaping. But every now and then you got to take a break and get some inspiration. So yeah, guys, I appreciate you watching the video. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next one.